See.
Go ahead, baby. Go. Talk.
Oh.
We can't hear you on that. We can't hear anything. Looks like we're having some technical issues, y'all. Just bear with us for a few moments. We'll be with y'all momentarily. I unmute it. Unmute yours.
Wait. Yeah, okay.
There you go. I can hear you now.
Yeah, it says the host has unmuted your mic. It won't let me unmute it.
What's up? What's up?
Nothing much, just chilling in my closet, you know.
Is that what your day consisted of? Just chilling in the closet?
No, I had to organize this closet first.
Oh, it sounds exciting. Oh, it sounds like we can hear you now, Mom.
Can you hear?
Yeah.
Oh, hey everyone! You look like we were having a bit of some technical difficulties, but look like I'm in the studio now. Hello to everyone. Thank you for joining us. Today we have special guest, Ebony Winston. She's here to join us and engage into the comments and everything that we have. She's now actively on the show, and we all want to welcome Ebony to the show.
Thank you. Thank you. Happy to be here.
Yes, Ebony, we're so happy to see you. And it looks like Ebony is in the closet. Hey, Ebony.
I don't know nothing about that over there. I don't know nothing about that.
And you gotta hide from them. This is where I go.
Peace and quiet, huh?
Yeah, I hide in the closet.
Whatever it takes, desperate measures.
So this is where we find peace, huh, Ebony? We find it in the closet. So I'm heading in my closet too then.
Well, I'll leave that up to y'all.
I guess I missed out in my days when the kids were young. I could sleep in. I could hide away in the closet.
Yeah, definitely remind me of my teenage years for sure.
Charles hid in the closet for quite some time, but he came out. He's now out of the closet. So thanks everyone for joining us. As we say, like, comment, and share our videos. We're here to have great conversations with you, day-to-day communications and experiences that we go through. And we're now bringing it to the social life, our new social life, which is online.
Right.
We're going to have a few topics that we're going to discuss. And we're going to first start with some topics that came about, and we continue to speak to one another and talk about a lot of things that go on when we see different news, different postings that people have online. The first one is one that Ebony had read about, and it was regarding the Little Mermaid. Ebony, tell us a little bit about the Little Mermaid and what you have seen.
Okay, so the Little Mermaid is about to come out, but they've been posting like the trailers of little snippets of here and there. So it's supposed to be Halle Bailey. She sings in the group with her sister, and a lot of girls that are melanated, like, have a lot of melanin. They were really happy to see it on the TV because they pretty much was like, "Mommy, Daddy, she looks like me." So having those moments with the little kids, it was very special until you have those that love to rain on the parade. Um, yeah. So a lot of people pretty much. I had to write this down because it was like a little paragraph. They were pretty much the racists are worried about the historical accuracy of mermaids
Mm,
Mm.
due to the fact that the mermaids don't look like that. And
mm,
they also complained that Disney is being overly woke,
mm.
too overly woke.
Mm.
Wow.
Yes. So in the article that I read, they had made a hashtag and it was pretty much go woke or go broke.
Mm.
Yes, due to this whole movie that's gonna come out.
Wow.
And Diddy is talking about buying Disney, and he's currently looking for some new creators and different directors and stuff because he's trying to purchase Disney. And I think it's a great thing, to diversify
Hmm.
things. And when you think about the Little Mermaid back when I was a child, I don't know if there were any black mermaids,
Mm-mm.
So, I think it's a good thing to kind of diversify things. And I don't think it should be necessarily all black, but I don't think it should be all white either. I think it should be a mixture of everything, everyone, just like reality.
Yeah,
Yes.
the trailer was on YouTube and it had 1.5 negative dislike.
Mm.
Wow.
Sorry, my mom called. It had 1.5 billion dislike views towards the trailer on YouTube.
Wow.
Mm. Wow.
It was bad. It was really bad.
How
Yeah.
many, you said it had how many likes?
1.5 billion dislikes towards the
Dislikes.
trailer.
Wow.
Hmm.
I don't think that's going to affect the movie in a negative way when it comes out. I've seen the trailers and I know I'm excited about it. Little
Hmm.
Mermaid was one of my favorites, so I think it's still going to have like a blowout.
I think so too. You just have those though, the rotten
Right.
apples.
Yeah, don't let the one and two rotten apples spoil the whole bunch, because you know what? We're all in this together. And culture is good, race, to not just stay within one race. You have so many different people in the world that we do want to show children these characters that are similar to them, and
Mhm.
Yeah.
because yes, as you say, we were young and my parents would go out
Sorry.
and spend hours looking for black dolls, and black, the
Mm.
black characters that were out there. You would spend hours and hours looking for those characters, and
Mhm.
now there are people who make all culture of dolls, all
Right.
culture of characters. And I think it needs to come out more and more of the way we live every day and what we see every day.
Hmm.
So it's just unfortunate that you have, those negative people that are feeling that way as though they own the world, and it should only be them on the planet, I guess. I don't know, how they really think. I just really don't know how they really think when so many people have black and white in their families. All of us
Right.
are made up of white. Many of them
Of
that are
many
white
races.
don't know that they have a history of, Black Americans too, somewhere in their bloodstream, but yet never look back on it, but yet walk this life of not wanting to accept others. So yeah, that's
Well,
just hard. That's very unfortunate. But those are some things, that we continue to try to fight against, and get more people to show love and care. It seems like there's a lack of love, that's within them to a certain degree.
without the rotten apples, you really can't appreciate the good apples, So I think
Mm-hmm.
it comes hand in hand.
Yeah, yeah, you have to
Yeah.
look at
It do.
We all look at it that way anyway, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I do want to bring out, some greatness of what happened this week. Francis, and his name, he's a black male tennis player, and he got all the way to the quarterfinals. I want to congratulate him. Although he didn't win the final match, but he did get that far as a black man in tennis. The other black that was in tennis was back in 1970, which is Arthur Ashe. So he made it so far, but yet that next step was to break that, world record of being a male tennis player to get that far. His name is Francis Tiafoe, and
Mhm.
he's also a neighbor of ours. I always call him Francis. I never did know his last name, and that's many times. You have a neighbor, you know the first name, but you don't know their last name. But yeah, he is a neighbor of ours. I would like to congratulate you, Francis, on a job well done. You are a winner, and you always believe that. And next year, you have another chance, or whenever that match comes again. And tennis is, I'm sure you're great. You're going to continue to play tennis. I wish I had, because I did play tennis as a young girl, and wish I continued to play tennis. I saw a lot of what you did or things that I did when I played tennis. You never know how far I would have gotten had I kept playing. So congratulations to you. Also, it's another story that we have. And Charles, where we were discussing the Carnival Cruise Line.
Mm, yes. Yeah, there were a lot of TikTok posts online where the I guess the people that were on vacation on the aboard the ship, they were taking videos of the ship flooding. I don't know what level they were on, like on the Titanic, the lower level flooded, but everyone else was good. And it kind of seemed that way because I'm like, where is this dark hallway? But it was water coming in, and the guests were just walking up and down the hallway in the water like it was all good. And it just it sparked interest because I've been thinking about going on a cruise. I've never been on a cruise before, and the family's been trying to get together, everyone together to go on a cruise. So I'm just like, I'm not sure if I want to get on a cruise ship. Maybe I'll meet you out there. I'll just fly to wherever we going and I'll meet you out there.
So you know what? You don't have to be afraid to go on cruise. I can say that I've been on cruise. It's a very good feeling, very relaxing. Cruises is where I feel like when I go on a cruise, I get a lot of rest. Unlike any other vacations, when you're flying out and you land and then you're there and you're partying a lot. But on cruises, everything is pretty much on that boat, that ship. So I enjoy the cruises, so I don't think you need to be afraid. I think it'll be a great experience too, so don't be too much afraid. The carnival, uh,
Mm-mm.
but I hate that happened to many of the passengers. I'm sure they got refunds for that trip. It did ruin a lot of people's trip. It would have ruined mine being water in the cabin. So
Right.
yeah,
I'll
yeah.
just fly back home.
I would have been panicking the whole time.
But you got to get on land first before you can fly home.
Right, I know, right?
Once you're on a ship, you're stuck.
Right.
Ma, you already know I can't swim. That'll be my first mind. Now I gotta see her try to swim.
Oh my God. I can understand the panic that you'll go through.
How you married to somebody from Miami and you can't swim? Wait a minute.
I told him when I first met him, I can't swim. Remember he said he's from Florida. I was like, I can't swim. I'm from New York, and that's not what we do.
We
Swim
don't
like that.
swim.
Yeah, we
Never
don't swim
could
like
swim.
that. So
I can see that. I can see
yeah,
that.
like I'm sorry. Look,
You probably a good driver though. You probably a good driver.
I'm a great driver. I just can't swim.
Yeah, yeah. Yes, those New Yorkers are great drivers. Like I say,
Right.
they can squeeze in a tiny, tiny hole.
Right, a
Look.
small parking spot.
But then again, Ebony, didn't you leave New York at a young age?
But we used to always go back and forth and visit because we still have family in both places, South Carolina and New York.
Mm-hmm.
So I ain't learned how to swim in South Carolina neither. All my friends were swimming. I'd be like, I'm not getting in that water. Not what we
But just
do.
huh?
Yeah.
Right. Have that. You can have that. Greg can have that one, huh?
Yeah,
Well,
yeah, they can do that.
yeah, he's a native Floridian. Yeah, he would have learned how to swim. I had Charles teach Gregory how to swim. Charles had big flappers. He really learned how to swim. Charles, you were actually on a swim team when you were in school, right?
I was on the swim team. I was the
And you
slowest one, but I was on the swim team.
I thought you were a
You know,
great
it taught me how to swim, though. You know, we were moving straight from St. Louis, and it's really taught me how to swim.
That was good. That's good. You weren't afraid.
I was scared.
Yeah.
Oh, I was scared because I remember I was in a few competitions. My first competition, I felt like I was swimming, but I wasn't moving. And so
The way I swim.
I knew they were coming back, and I was just leaving the wall, you know, and I'm like, I think I need to just give up, you know. But I stuck it through, and I got better over time. But eventually, I was like, okay, swimming ain't my thing, you know.
Speaking of swimming,
Mom
it
over
is
there
great to
cracking
learn
up.
how to swim, and it's good to teach the children at a very young age to swim, Ebony. So you can take them out to swim classes and let them really learn how to swim. Children really love it once they learn how to swim.
Yeah, they I'll watch from afar.
They'll probably be able to help you and rescue you if you ever fell into a pool.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right, I was
That's
so
good.
ashamed. I invited my mom to my first my swim competition. Like, I know she was like, "Why the hell he invite me to this? Couldn't even make it off the wall. What the hell am I supposed to make it?" So mom watched everybody else swim.
But he was on the team. He was on the team. My son's on a swim team. I gotta
Right,
go.
it sound good. Just don't go.
Oh my goodness. All right, so let's get back into the show. We're gonna go to another discussion we had with a mom in Brooklyn was in the news this week, and looks like there was a drowning of children. Maybe. Ebony,
Mm-hmm.
a little bit about that story.
So on Monday morning at 1:40, a mom, she has three kids, which were one was 7 and the other was 4, and then she had a 3-month old. So she already had a mental disability. The
Mm-hmm.
family stated that she already had like a mental disability.
Mm.
But it got worse once she started having kids, like depression and all that stuff. So at 1:40 in the morning, she got her kids, walked to Coney Island because she lived 3 blocks away, and she drowned them in the water at the beach.
Mm.
And around 3:40, oh, it was raining. Around 3:40, the cops happened to go along the beach because she told her family when after she did it, she called her family and told her that she killed her children. So her family, they pretty much called the cops. They
Mm.
found her on a beach in the rain. She was soaking wet in a robe. And at
Oh,
this point, she was completely lost. Like her mind was gone.
Mm,
And they pretty much took her and they all went into the water. They found the kids, but they was unresponsive.
mm,
They were not moving. If you would have seen the video, you can see like their body was lifeless. The video was really, really sad. You'll
yeah.
see the mom, she looked lost. Like,
Oh,
mm,
that's very sad. And mental illness is real. It's
definitely.
sad when families identify that and knowing that those family members that need that help has children, and she had three children, and to be a mom and have that much stress on you to the point that you kill your children. So the family, I just reach out to the family and we send our condolences to those families. It's just very unfortunate that happened, and mental illness is something that a lot of families and people go through without getting the proper help. Sometimes it's your family that needs to also be a therapist in your life. When you feel like you're so overwhelmed and you don't want to hear from that person, whether it be complaining or whether it be the depression that's taken over them, family members too, not only therapists, professional therapists need to get involved, try to help that person to come out of what they're going through. And a lot of times that's where it comes from, the family end of it, reason why they do reach out to those professionals sometimes. So the family sometimes turn away from them and they go into a deeper and deeper depression.
mm,
And some family members are mean, to
Hmm.
their family members to the point where they're not communicating with them. They're telling other family members not to communicate with them. These are very hurtful things. And if you don't have a supportive team that's with you and loving you enough to help you to get through that, sometimes things like this happen. Whether they take their own life or children's lives, and it's very bad that that happens. And if you're someone or people or families out there that go through this, it's very important that you engage into that person's life and try to help as much as you possibly can, because at the end of the day, that is part of your family. And how would you feel if at the end of the world only you and that one family member that you've turned away are the only ones there living? Are you going to continue with that? So no, you won't. You'll be there trying to help them get through the mental anguish that they're going through. So, what do you guys think, in times like this? People do have these issues, that go on with friends. I have friends that have gone through this, it has reached our family as well. What do you guys think about this when people go through things like that?
I think
Well,
it's
and
important.
oh, my
Oh,
bad, Charles.
no, go ahead, ladies
You
first.
sure? Well, in our culture, they
Mhm,
a lot of people are ashamed to go to therapy. They make it seem like you're weak. For me,
mhm,
example, I had to go to therapy while being in the military, and I kid you not, I pulled into the parking lot, and it took me an hour to get out of the car
Hmm.
mm,
due to my experience in my our culture saying you don't need therapy, that therapy's for the weak and stuff like that. It
Hmm.
literally took me mentally battling myself in my head to get out of my car to go
mhm.
talk to a therapist.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
our culture plays a lot when it comes into going to a therapist.
Right. And I think therapy is something that's like necessary, just like we exercise, that's necessary, we eat, that's necessary. I feel as though therapy is one of those necessary things that I know after a therapy session, I had one today, and after my sessions, I always feel lighter, like I'm like something lifted off my shoulders, and I always end my call, and I find myself sitting there with a smile on my face, like I feel proud, number one, of myself for doing it, and it feels like someone cares, and it also, and the most importantly, it showed me that I care more than I express. You know, I think sometimes we don't talk about, a lot of men don't talk about what they truly care about, and it's hard for some men to even say "I love you" to their boys, their young boys. I know my father. It's not an easy thing for him to say "I love you," you know, but which is cool because I know he does. But I think behind it, it's still important to say things, certain things, and get it out, and it makes you feel a lot better about yourself afterwards.
Does just that communication, just you getting that communication, that is has been void around you, something that you need to close a gap, and having that communication, that's really good. People don't understand how much just the words that you speak can make a person feel so much better at their whole day, making it through that day just by that good happiness and joy that other person have within them, sharing it with you. So I'm so glad that we have this discussion, and we speak on mental health and mental issues, because so many times in the Black communities we shy out away from the family members or that troubled family member, and we have so much to say negatively about that family member when you are the very one that need to help to heal that person. So much can be done with your communication and how you deal with others. You have family members that are drinking. You have family members sometimes that abuse themselves in some type of way, drug addiction. You have to continue to try to support as much as you can your love and thoughts, and pour it into your family, because that is a part of who you are, and you want to be healed all the way around. You have children, you're raising your children, you want your children to have their aunts and uncles around them. So therefore, help your family members to try to heal as much as you possibly can. As we have colds, and as we have just a stomach ache and little small things like that, you're there to try to help to heal others by saying, well, you need to take a Tylenol. Your headache, I have a Tylenol. These are things that you can do for your family members that have health issues, that mental health issues. Help them to try to get through it as much as possible, guiding them to therapists. You also being there with a therapist if needed, to try to help as much as you possibly can to heal. And this is what we try to speak on every day: healing and happiness. If we can try to put this out there in many homes that can make change, we'll do that. If you need to speak to some one of us, we're available to speak. Just text us. You text us right here, or comment on some of our posts that we have these conversations on, and we'll reach out to you and try to do as much as we can to try to help. Okay? So now we're going to go on into another segment of conversation that we have, and it's speaking on behalf of another issue that we feel that we need to speak on, and that is the Illinois passing the Purge Law. Illinois passed the Purge Law of allowing 400 criminals to be released in the year of 2023. Charles, tell us a little bit about that and what you've heard in regards to that Purge Law.
Yeah, the Safety Act. And so what it mainly does is it's ending the end of cash bail. And so a lot of offenses where some people were being released on cash bail for, even though they were in jail for secondary murder, second degree murder, and things like that, they were being released on cash bail all this time, and now that they're changing it, and they're changing everything. I believe that's what Mom, I don't know. My bad. I messed that one up.
Well, keep going. Keep going.
Sorry.
That's okay.
But no, but it does what it does is it's ending a few other things that that it's ending as well. And I'm sorry I couldn't pull up the my page here. Sorry. That's why I kind of got caught up.
That's okay. That's okay. We're here. We're live. We're okay to make mistakes and do what we do. We can correct it. We can talk about it, and that's what we do. Anybody have any comments to kind of bring a little light on that story? You're more than welcome to comment in our on our page. But yet,
My
these
bad.
these criminals that I had I read a little bit about it, but the level of criminals that they're releasing, some of them that they are releasing, it's a bit troubling, I'm sure, to the Illinois residents.
Right. And I couldn't imagine they just releasing all those criminals that some killed people and some robbed people, armed robbery, all different kinds of things, a number of different offenses, that they committed. So I don't know what needs to get done. I just know the crime in Illinois, Chicago mainly, is that's one of the most dangerous cities, and you kind of and when you sit back and wonder why, you look at things like this that's happening like that, and that's why it's one of the most dangerous places to visit in the United States.
Yes, yes. In Chicago, there was a lot going on in Chicago. Uh,
Right.
and that's very heartbreaking to a lot of people, of course. What do they do? Move out of the state? How do they get away from it?
And I don't think you want the answer is not running away from things. I think just us as a race, we ran away from a lot of things, and
Mhm.
which is normal. You kind of go to the place where you get the amount of least resistance, and that's the smart thing to do. I would do that instead of going somewhere where it's going to be harder to live and maneuver. So I understand it, but we at this point, I think it's time to stop running and to actually put in the work for what we want and where we reside, take care of what we care about, and like our families and our community and things like that. So when you think about self-care and things like that, taking care of yourself is taking care of what's around you. So that's self-care as well, taking care of the community and not having as much violence, that's self-care. And you think about that, and self-care can go as far as you take it. It's not just,
Right.
oh, let me go get a massage and let me do something for myself. Self-care can be doing something for your neighbor, which eventually helps the whole community, and that's taking care of yourself as well, so it can go as far as you want it to go.
Exactly. And you know what? We have a lot of people out there from Illinois. What do you feel about this? Engage and comment about these topics that we have. This is something that's very serious, and I'm sure it's serious to you. These are things that we care about as people from Mississippi. There was another story, about
Mhm.
Mississippi. If you have comments about a lot of different things that's going on, please, engage in our videos and make comment about how you feel about things. Mainly, we're talking too about Jackson, Mississippi, and the water issues that they're having right now. Still boiling water. And the waters are toxic there. The percentage of blacks that are in Jackson, Mississippi, in Mississippi period, no, it's high. And are they being ignored? This is where we have to vote, when these small cities, and counties, for in order to see change. You got to look at those budgets and see where that money is going. Clean water, things like that. We have a lot of different budgets that we vote on. When you make your vote, there's a budget that's tied to your vote. Once these cities get started in that year, you want to know where they're spending that money. It's very important that your tax dollars are being treated up across the board. It's allocated where it's needed, especially in these places where you have issues with the water and the sewer lines. So we were talking about that too, Charles, about Jackson, Mississippi, and what's going on there. We have a lot of family in Jackson, Mississippi.
Right.
And these are high concerns of ours.
And I
Especially
was
in our Black communities.
right. And I was wondering if it's a black or if it's a racial thing, because I know Jackson, Mississippi is 80% black, and but I know they're having a water issue, and that's bad, but I know there's a lot of people also putting in a lot of work and volunteering to actually help those in Jackson, Mississippi. And I know the Potter House, they've been helping down there, and they spent millions of dollars down there in Jackson, Mississippi, just to help, alleviate with bottles of water and care packages and things like that. So big ups to people that are actually trying to get out there and make some change and put in the work themselves instead of waiting for somebody to do it for them.
Right, and Ebony, what do you think about issues that are going on, especially one basically in Illinois and also the one that we have in Jackson, Mississippi. These are things that I know from your end too. To just hear about these. I don't know if you've heard of these stories, but these are stories that we constantly hear. And it's been going on for some time now, and we have to try to uplift our conversations to the point that we have these segments that we discuss and we want people to hear about whether they've heard or not. You're able to Google these stories and read about them. What do you think about that?
Mhm.
So for the story happening in Chicago, that one's gonna be kind of Illinois. That one's gonna be kind of hard to fix because a lot of people in that area don't talk.
Hmm.
So when Charles, he's right. A lot of people will have to speak up, but the thing is, a lot of people have been living there for so long. They have the mindset of I'm gonna mind my business.
Right.
Sometimes if you don't mind your business, something can happen. And being in an area like that, minding your business is probably the best thing you can do.
Yeah.
So a lot of people are not going to want to talk, but at this point they're going to have to, because when the law get passed, usually sometimes when a lot of people start getting involved and a lot of things start popping off,
Mhm.
Yeah.
rallies and stuff like that, they
Right.
end up rethinking what's going on.
Right.
Right.
But you got to get people to talk, and in that area is going to be hard because I would definitely
And
be minding
having
my
that,
business.
I think having a proactive approach versus a reactive approach is always more
Mm-hmm.
impactful. Waiting till something happen and just reacting to it is always the worst thing you can do when something
Yep.
bad happens. React to it first? No.
No.
I've learned my lesson about reacting to things, so I think it's better to kind of, like I always say, stay ready so you don't have to get ready. And that's part of what
Definitely.
that means is and that helps me not react to things. Like if you can expect the worst but hope for the best, it kind of gets you ready, and that way things don't
Yep.
hit you so as hard, and you don't lose your footing. And so I think it's an important thing to do even in our communities when it comes down to crime and things like that. Just have a reactive approach to things and try to fix it before something bad happens.
You
Yes.
just got to get the right people to try to fix it.
Hmm. What you
Of
say?
course, of course. But you know what? We gonna go into a break, and thank you so much for tuning in, Smart Black Woman TV. We're going
We'll be
to
back.
go into a station identification at this time,
Keep talking about
so
something.
please continue to tune in. We'll be right back with you.
We're shining bright. And we're shining the light on us like no other. Neighborhood Planet. Our neighborhood, our world.
Music is that.
I'm here.
Mic check one. Mic check 2 1 check. It work.
I hear you, Charles. You hear me, Charles?
I hear you.
Oh, okay. I was like, hello.
Hey, we finna have a show.
We go,
We finna have a
we
show.
can make it do what it do.
Huh?
We always can make it do what it do.
We can make it do what it do.
I like ad-libbing.
All right. So I know you had another. What else? What else? Talk about something.
We can talk about social media and sharing people's stuff. Like we was going over earlier. That was
Why
a
you
good
ain't
topic.
share my shit?
Yeah. We can go over that until mom come back. Everybody it doesn't hurt to share and like the video and comment.
Mm-hmm.
Not trying to be negative, but come on.
It won't break your soul. Beyonce said it won't break your soul if you like or comment
Yeah,
or
and
share.
share.
One
But
of the three.
y'all be in our inboxes, share my stuff. You got your rap song. You want us to share your stuff? Okay, well share our stuff.
Right.
Not
It's
trying to
gonna
be
break their
rude.
soul. It's gonna break their soul to share our stuff though.
We ain't trying to call y'all some haters, but if the
Hey,
shoe fit, wear it.
if
I'm just
the
gonna throw it
shoe
out.
fits.
Wear it.
Oh, excuse me. You know what? I don't get too big hell bent on who's liking, who's sharing, because I know the right people are watching and the right people
Mm-hmm.
like it. And that's all that matters, And whoever else don't have to like and share. I have some of my videos have over 8,000 views, like legit. And I'll have like 66 likes on that.
I don't understand that.
Mic check 1 2 1 2.
Oh,
Hello.
there you go.
Hey, I'm back.
And
Yeah, so we were going over the discussion of all the views we have versus the likes.
yeah.
Yeah, we talk about that a lot out there, y'all. We get a lot of views.
Yeah. But
Yes.
like I was telling her, it doesn't matter who doesn't like it and who doesn't share it, But as long as the right people are watching it and they let us know that they like it, that's all that matters. That's all that matters. We don't focus on the negative. We don't beg anyone to do it either. You don't have to, but
Yeah.
apparently it breaks their soul to like it. And we don't want you to break your soul, like Beyonce
Yeah.
said. It won't break your soul.
Yeah.
So if it hurts you that much to not like it, or to like it, just keep it going, keep it
Yeah,
pushing. But as long as y'all saw, you see me though, you see me.
You guys can like. You guys can like and tell me something different and like and share my videos. I know that many of you view it. I see the views. And it's very nice that you do take the time to view it. If you would like it to help to support, we would appreciate it. I continue to share my videos with you
She the
because I
nice
want
one.
you to engage and hear what
Hmm.
our everyday lives are about, and many of us have them. So, in saying that, I want to talk about another something else that's been going on in the
What
news,
she
and
said.
it's been with Ray J. Yeah, we
Oh,
talk about some of these things and we laugh and we have our little comments. It was Ray J and also
Mm.
Chris Jenner. I
Yes,
don't know
Chris
if
Jenner.
you've read that, but Ray J is a bit teed off with Chris Jenner from something that she
She got a
fabricated.
she got the polygraph test. She went on that show and she got a polygraph test, and he said that she lied during the polygraph test
she
because
did.
he asked the guy asked her if she orchestrated the whole sex tape
Mm.
deal scam, and she said no, she didn't. And they said, okay, you were telling the truth. When he said that's a damn lie because I have the contract, and he posted it on his social media page, the contract with their handwriting saying there's a sex tape 1, sex tape 2, and sex tape 3. So evidently there's 3 sex tapes that,
Wow.
and they went so far to even say that she was the one basically holding the camera. It was crazy. I don't know how true that is. So allegedly, listen, allegedly, that's what happened.
I
So,
was I heard that she was when she was holding the camera, it was to redo the videos.
mm,
So it
that's
was not,
crazy.
it was from its original video to the point where I guess she wanted to expose Kim in a different light. And they
Mm,
probably practiced how she would actually perform in those videos that Chris Jenner instructed, it seems
mm,
to me.
mm.
She wanted to get famous, and she used
That's
her
deep.
kids to do it. She
Yeah,
did.
she didn't want to look as bad as
Hmm.
probably the original video. See, because the original video, I don't know if it was if she knew that there was a video or if Ray J knew that there was a video. But
Oh, he
in the
knew.
bedroom at that time and the ugly faces that probably was showing, they probably wanted to redo the video.
Right.
Golly.
He he knew it was a video. In the first video, I know he was holding the camera in the first video, and she was
Wow.
holding the camera too. And I seen the first video. I didn't see anything outside of that, you know. And I don't know if it was the remake or not. I just know what I saw, you know.
Right.
And I think it's
Did Ray
crazy
J
for.
post those videos?
I think it's crazy. Well, you know what? Let me shut up. Well, I don't know how a mama would feel watching her own child on a
Right.
porn video, you know. So like no, 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 do this different. Like what? Wait a minute. Like I wouldn't feel comfortable with that. I'd be like, Mom,
Put
stop
your leg
watching it.
up higher. Ain't that crazy?
Mom, please stop watching it. Please. What? What are
Toss
you
it
doing?
up. Toss it up.
Right.
But you know what? Some people have those relationships with their parents, and
That's
now
true.
there are many more having relationships with their children where they think their children are their best friends, and they have these open communications with them, and they talk about many different things. So maybe that's one of those relationships.
It's
Right.
backfiring.
You know,
It
there
And
are
is.
I don't
some
knock
moms like
nobody.
that. There's some that aren't. I wasn't that type of mom. I didn't want to
I
be.
refuse to be that type of mom.
Right.
Maybe that's why the boy Rob Kardashian, maybe that's why he just don't deal with them at all, it seems like, you know, and he stays out of the limelight. You don't see him on none of that, you know. And I
Mhm.
understand why now. You can understand why Kanye West is feeling that way about his kids being over there now, because he doesn't, that's what he's been saying. He doesn't want them to be in porn. He doesn't want his kids to be part of porn. So that was one of the things he said last week. So I understand why he has a concern for his children, you know?
But
You gotta think about
Kanye's
it.
life was so much different from Kim's. It's just
Mm-hmm.
funny how, for his image, he chose her. Maybe because she was I don't know,
I don't
But
know.
she was hot. She was the hottest thing for a minute. But I just think,
she had all the hottest likes. She had the likes. There were many hot women in the world that could have dated. She wasn't the only one that he's seen. He has enough money to see plenty of women that look just as beautiful as Kim. I don't think
right.
it's a situation where Kim was so beautiful. I think it was just the fact that in America, I guess, or in a lot of places, she had a lot of
She was
likes.
popping at that time.
She was trending, right.
Yeah, she was trendy. She had a lot of likes, and he chose her, and he wanted her. And hadn't it been her, had Beyonce been one that wasn't married to JC, he would have been
Oh.
trying to pull Beyonce.
Mhm.
So
But
he
to
wanted
Which
to
would
Cardi
have
actually,
never,
a woman,
which
and
could
he did.
never,
He had
by the
her.
way.
He even spoke it too. He got the hottest.
Uh-oh. Is she
oh,
froze?
I think so. Mm-hmm.
Oh, they said it's 7 o'clock on the dot. I'm in my drop top. It's 7 o'clock on the dot. Our time slot is up.
When you think
So
about it,
yeah,
the car.
guys, we'd like to thank you for joining Black People
Uh-oh.
TV. No, I'm just kidding. It's not called
I
Black
would say
People
that.
TV. I'm kidding, guys. I'm in a good mood today. I'm just in high spirits today. I had a very positive day. New beginnings, new adventures. There are going to be some great things coming. My new clothing line, I'll be posting later this week. I've been working on that and I'm finally launching that. I'm excited about it.
I'm definitely
Um,
gonna wear my stuff. Mm-hmm. I'm
Yes,
gonna
and part of the
represent.
proceeds will go to I'm sorry, a foundation of your choice. I haven't really came up with a foundation yet that I wanted to donate to because I'm working on starting my own foundation for we'll talk about that later. But yeah, so and also I have something else coming up as far as my own show. I have my own podcast coming very soon. So stay tuned. I'm working on a lot of great things, a lot of great projects, and I'm excited to roll them out to everybody.
I'm working
But
on my own too. I'm excited.
oh, tell me what you're working on.
Okay, so I personally been working on my feminine side.
Okay.
And me and Greg, he's helping me, but at the same time, it was me,
Yeah.
because I was a single parent and I was the dominant one.
Mm.
So I've been journaling. So I have been coming up with the actual feminine journal because I know I'm not the only female that struggles with this.
Mm.
So normally when I write stuff down, it helps me see it and I can think
Hmm.
it and I actually remember what I wrote. So it will
Right.
play in my head every day or all day. So
Hmm.
I was going to create a journal to help others do the same because being feminine, going from being a single parent to now actually having someone actually on my side,
Hmm.
because in my previous marriage, I did not have nobody on my side. It's
Mm.
different. It's way different. Like,
Right.
it's totally different. So me writing stuff down helped me a lot. So I'm just trying to help other females that are struggling
Yeah.
just like I am.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So we gonna get it's gonna be that's coming soon this year or
Mm-hmm.
next year.
Yes.
This
Next
year.
year, because
That's
I'm
what's
still drafting it together and everything. I want to make sure it's perfect.
okay, cool. That's what's up. See, everybody's working on some great stuff. All you got to do is just focus on you, give some time to you every single day, and life will get better over time. It doesn't happen overnight, but it happens over time. Everything happens for a reason. Everything, every moment, every place we end up, everything has a purpose for the better of your life. But
Definitely.
I know that we went over our time, and thank you for watching us. And hope we can't wait to see you all next week. And y'all have a good night. Peace.
We're shining bright, and we're shining the light on us like no other. Neighborhood Planet. Our neighborhood, our world. Programs like this are made possible by Neighborhood Planet Broadcasting Systems, Neighborhood Planet Network, iBlisters Digital Media Creative, and from contributions to NPNTv from viewers like you. Thank you.